Hey, everyone. Listen, I came through to do Love and Marriage Huntsville. Is anybody still watching it? I mean, I'm watching it, even though I think it's so weird that they split the season in half. Like they showed part of it earlier this year. Um, and now they're showing the rest of it. So I was like, you know what? Let me do my catch up. And I really wanted to do my catch up on Love and Marriage Huntsville because I've been watching it, but I haven't reviewed it. But I'm doing my catch up because next week is going to be the big fight that we actually saw in the summer. We heard about in the summer, but it's just now about to like air next week. So I was like, okay, let me do it, especially because like it's about to get a little busy. We got Beverly Hills tomorrow. I think I'm just going to pre-record Salt Lake City. I'm not sure yet. If we Potomac is starting this weekend. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. Hey everybody, I see y'all out there. Thanks for coming through. I thought I'd be talking to myself today with this Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hey Tony, and thanks for being a member. Hey Candy. Hey Flip. Yeah, but this but it's a struggle. Oh, it's a struggle watching it. Yeah, you know what? It's a lot of the same now. It's about to get interesting though with this fight. Black Panthers, thank you and thanks for being a member. Ooh, I had to get off my phone and onto this laptop. Listen. Oh, hey, Sebastian. You said no need to do a live recap of Salt Lake City. Last video I saw, I wanted to gather you. You know what, Sebastian? Don't play. And listen, Sebastian, thanks for being a member. Don't play those, Sebastian. What did you want to gather me about? What did you want to gather me about on Salt Lake City? Salt Lake was a mess. It was a whole hot mess. Lisa's on an apology tour, but what we here to do. And I did drop the link in case anybody want to come up and hang out with me and do this recap. Now, I'm here to do Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I'm going to kind of mix and intermingle the last three episodes that came on. Okay. So bear with me. I'm gonna back up a little bit and I'm gonna just say this. When they was on that marriage retreat, Dr. Francis had me all in my feelings. I wanted to jump through the screen and choke him because personally, I felt that Dr. Francis, and Lewis and Tiffany is not my besties, okay? They're not my best friends, but I totally feel like Dr. Francis was coming for them, that he was gunning for them. So I can tell you said you keep forgetting it comes on. You know why? Because they should have never split the season. I think it was messy. I just think it was messy that they split it. They should have just kept the momentum going. Tony, you said why? Oh, but Dr. Francis, because I thought Dr. Francis was coming for Tiffany and Lewis. I thought that he was giving them payback for butting into Tisa and Marcel's relationship the previous seasons. He seemed a little biased to me. Maybe it was just me. You said he should have. Maybe it was just me. And Tiffany and Lewis, I think that they still kind of haven't found their way. Excuse me. They still kind of haven't found their way. Hey, Roy. Tiffany and Lewis still kind of haven't found their way. It's like they're still trying to kind of get their footing. I don't want to see them go, but right now it just seems so. We need something. I don't know what's going on with the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast, but I'm hanging in there. You said Tiffany needs her own therapy session. She does. And all jokes aside, she does, because he did tap into her when he told her pretty much that all your losses that you have is the reason why you're going through some of the things that you're currently going through. Now that part I did connect with him, and that part I was like, okay, he's tapping into something with Tiffany, and that she had I knew when her adopted parents was on last season, I kind of felt like they was dipping and dabbing in the drugs. And when she confirmed it, I said, okay. So she couldn't catch a break, right? Her Biological parents gave her up, didn't want her. Then she gets adopted parents who are addicted to drugs. It's like, come on. And then, her first marriage didn't work out. And that's why I'm kind of rooting for her and Big Lou. I'm hoping that they get themselves together and, they work everything out. I recorded, but I cannot watch because I can't stand Wanda. Miss Wanda is a piece of work. But, with all of these reality shows, they want drama. They want a Miss Wanda. They want somebody that's going to bring the heat like that. And yes, Miss Wanda is a mess. But low key, who's a mess too? Miss Vanessa. Miss Vanessa. I don't know why Miss Vanessa, Melanie's mom, just doesn't want to admit to, okay, she's a grown woman. Just tell us the truth. You was with one of the Scott brothers. You was with Mark for a minute. No big deal. No need to hide it. But yes, Miss Wanda is a mess. When she comes on the screen, I turn down the volume and walk out the room. Oh, you was talking about Salt Lake City? Okay. All right. You said I don't even watch them, man. I just came on tonight because I love you, Diva. Oh, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Thanks for coming through. Okay. So, but Love and Marriage Huntsville, listen, I loved it from the beginning. I think it is a good reality show, but I think it is a different dynamic now that Melanie and Martell are no longer together. And you know what? It's sad for me to see the demise and the breakup of their marriage, but they're going through a roller coaster ride right now. One minute they're doing well with co-parenting, and then the next minute it's like, they're back at their worst moments again. Oh yes, Miss Vanessa. Yeah, Miss Vanessa is a whole hot mess, right? Vanessa is messy, but I like her over Miss Wanda. That is correct. I do too. But she is messy, but I do like her over Miss Wanda. And I like the way both the moms defend their daughters. Okay, so I do like that. Yes, she is. I thought Miss Vanessa was a good church. Listen, Miss Vanessa still is a good church woman that needed her a man, okay? And no big deal. I don't understand why she's trying to hide it. Good evening, GHC and everyone. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Ladies, get your mammogram. Yes, Miss Gigi. Just had to say that. And thank you for saying that. Yes, because October is definitely Breast Cancer Awareness Month. See, I got they hidden now. Uh-oh. Where they at? They hidden back here. My pink roses. Oh, y'all can't even see them because I got the comment up. Got my pink roses here. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Go get your mammogram, get checked, and you can do self-checks while you're in the shower. So let's get into this, right? So this particular episode, Tisa and Marcel, and wait, before I get into this episode, let me back up to that marriage retreat just one more time. Kimmy and what is his daughter name? Maurice. Their relationship is a special kind of different too. Okay. So we got to keep our eye on that. But the thing that's breaking my heart with Kimmy is, she's currently going through a medical situation, and my heart goes out to Hey Diva. Love Marriage and Huntsville is one of yes, Love and Marriage Huntsville is definitely one of my favorites. And I'm hearing that they trying to really bring Monique's show back, and I'm like, y'all can't be serious, Love and Marriage DC. But if they bring it back, I watch the train wreck. You know what I mean? I'll watch it. Got my mammogram scheduled for the 19th. Good. Thanks for the heads up. That is wonderful. Okay. So Sebastian, you're in the building. You here?
Yes,
can you
I'm
hear
here.
me?
I'm
Okay.
here. I'm
Listen,
here.
behave. Okay. Behave. So
I've been behaving.
listen, Tisa, wait, somebody said Miss Gigi. Kimmy at times seems like she's over Maurice. I think Kimmy is
Ooh.
over Maurice, but I think that one, well, now that we know she's dealing with a medical condition, right? But two, I think that she was determined to make it work because it's kind of like she hung in there to get married to him. And it's like she's not going to let go. She's going to stand by her man, so to speak. Okay, she's going to stand by her man. But we'll get to that the second half of this live here. So it starts out with Tisa and Marcel. They're building a home, but they've been building a home on this property for a minute. And they're talking about, Tisa is, and I get it because it's her mom, right? She's talking about, I want to invest in my mother's food truck. And I do think to some degree, because some family members, they take advantage of it, right? But I do think to some degree, if you have the ability, you have the money, it's not going to impact your home and your finances. And it is your mother, your father, your sister, or your cousin, and you can help them start their business. Why not? Right. So she wants to
Diva,
help her mother. Go ahead. Go ahead. She wants to help her mother. And I'm saying, yes, give my mom the money to start her food truck.
Diva, no one wants that lady's loaded potatoes. No one wants that lady who can't control her words or have proper vocabulary and speak her own language, Wandanese. No one wants to buy those potatoes from her, especially the fact that the way they see her on this show, that business venture will end up just in a month or two, okay? It will end in a month or two. That woman,
Listen, if
no one
Miss
wants that
Wanda could
lady.
cook, if Miss Wanda could cook, and she's not going to be keep coming to you to just give her money. You know, like I say all the time, it's the term: teach them how to fish and they eat for life. You give them fish and they're going to have to keep coming back to you. Okay, so Ms. Wanda wants to make her own money. Give her the opportunity to make her own money. Listen, everybody in the chat, would you give your mom the money to start her own business?
You
Wanda
need to
has spoke
rephrase that.
negative about Tisa husband. No money. Oh well, Lee said no money. Lee said
Uh,
no money.
Diva, you need to rephrase that question. It needs to
Yes.
be like this. Would you give your mom, who is just like Miss Wanda, money for a business venture? That's the question.
Okay. What Sebastian just said. Helping family is a double-edged sword. I wish them well with it with the decision. Yes, it is. Okay, Candace Speak says mom is Miss Wanda's getting the money. Flip says, yeah, of course I will help my mammy. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. And Mizuka said it depends on the proposal presented. Fifi said absolutely. If she Fifi is always so messy. She said absolutely if she wasn't Wanda. So I think for the most part, people would give their mom money, to start the business with the food truck. But Tisa made a good point. You so willing to forgive, Martell, because Martell wants back in scope, right? He wants to be back in the company. He's trying to get back on his feet. And Marcel is like, yeah, let's speak to him. Let's be open to it because he feels that Martell is a good business person. So Tisa, since she owns the majority of the company now, she is willing to speak to Martell to see if this thing is going to work. So what do you think about them potentially? Well, we know at the end that Tisa said yes, but what do you think about Martell getting back into Sculpt? Sebastian, you still there?
I'm here. I didn't know that question was for me.
Yes,
Um,
it is.
Martell, I hope while if he is going back to school, I hope he could focus on that instead of focusing on jumping all over the place with all these bunch of women. I hope that could put his mind and make it focused on one thing, on the business, and not focus on urges.
I cannot do this with you. But Tugga said, yes, I will give my mother, but not my mother-in-law. See, you messy. That's so messy. Erica Marie, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this conversation?
Hey Diva, hey Sebastian.
Hey.
I
Or
think
Marie.
I think for Miss Wanda, does Tisha have her own bank account? Like, do married couples have like a joint account and then a separate account? Like, if Tisha wants to invest in Miss Wanda, why doesn't she do it? But I can see why Marcel wouldn't want to do it because she's constantly talking smack, constantly interfering in their marriage. And I think for Tisha to say, oh, she doesn't want Martell, she doesn't want to be back in business with Martell because of things he said. Well, you contradicting yourself because your mom is the exact same way. So if you would go in business with your mom and you expect your husband to go in business with your mom, then you should respect your husband wanting to go in business with Martell, even though you don't necessarily like him personally.
You know what? You brought up a good point that I just totally, it just was not in my head. You right. The mom has been, she got a lot of mouth when it comes to their marriage. She the one that kept, even though, I was falling into the trap too, but she the one that kept asking him about being in a hotel room, about these other women. So she's no better than Martell in that particular sense. And you're right. If we're going to forgive one, we can forgive all. And Tisa is still stuck on Martell saying that there was these 20 other women. My thing is, if you don't believe it, I get it. He was wrong for saying that, right? But if you don't believe it and you don't think there's any validity or truth to it, why are you still stuck on it? So Candace,
Exactly.
you see
And
what I
it's
mean?
like and it's like Keisha, I don't know how maybe all of their efforts are joint, but like if you really wanted to help your mom, Keisha, you buy the food truck. Like the food truck's not there. How expensive is the food truck? You because they showed the food truck. And
Right,
I don't think it was that expensive. Like Tisha, you buy your mom the food truck. I wouldn't go in business if I was them. I wouldn't go in business with Martell or Miss Wanda. But if we just go to just talk about it, then let's go in business with everybody. Then at that point,
right, right. Martell is toxic and can't be trusted. Listen, there's people who can maybe do their business, but their personal life is messy. And perhaps one of the prime examples is that coach Ime, because listen, he's a good coach, but his personal life is a whole hot mess disaster. So I think but when you're thinking about bringing someone into your business, their personal life unfortunately can impact your business. So you do need the whole package when you're thinking about who you're going to bring on as a business partner. He's back for how long? I'm not sure after this fight. Tony, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, you just got back in the scope and now you're going to get kicked right back out again because of that fight. A whole hot mess, but we're going to get there. Okay. So the next scene is Martell and the Melanie. I'm going to call her Melanie part two or Melanie number two, who is his manager, I guess. Is that her title? So she managed. I didn't know she was married. So anyway, Martell meets her up at a space where he's working on this house, and he's telling her about the rumors and what Melanie said about those two sleeping together. And I'm starting to say to myself, well, Dad, who did Martell not sleep with? So I guess back in the day, oh yeah, Melnica. Yeah, thank you, just simply. Okay, so Melnica, right? Is they're talking, and I don't think she wanted Martell to say this, but he got diarrhea of the mouth. She was like, "Listen, I'm married. I'm not going to speak bad about Mel, but I think it's messed up that these rumors are going around because what if my husband hears about it? What is he going to say?" And that's when Martell comes out of his mouth, we didn't need to hear this, that they slept together back in the day. And he low key said that Monica was a cheater herself too. I was like, yo, this whole conversation is a little bit messy. What did you think about that conversation, Erica?
I thought that conversation was cringy. I thought it was kind of inappropriate seeing that she is married. The stuff that I can't really recall exactly the conversation, but I remember watching and I remember feeling like, okay, y'all did sleep together. But even if it was back in the day, why are y'all talking about that on national TV and this is a married woman? It was cringy for me. The whole conversation was just cringy.
I felt so too, and I'm giving her the side eye because I'm feeling like it wasn't just back in the past. I'm feeling like they did and dab recently. Sebastian, I don't know if you remember that scene.
I remember that scene very well.
What do you think about it?
Actually, I'm not going to say what I was thinking, but I'm going to answer something. I'm going to say something else about that scene
Say it,
because
Sebastian.
I'm
Say
trying to
it.
behave. I'm trying to behave today because I know the comments be coming for me. The replay. So
What
I'm
do
not
you
going to
want
say
to say, Sebastian?
initially. First of all, Martell and Melanika are two grown people. They know damn well what they do, and they know when cameras are rolling. They know, except in confessionals. Um, they decided to public this. Great for them, but you need to remember the rumors were going around the streets of Huntsville, sis. But now, Martell told the truth about what happened in high school, to the whole world?
High school and beyond, but that's just my opinion. And I will say this, that he's working on his wine. I guess he ever pass the license or whatever he needed to pass it to do what it is he's doing, because they kind of dropped that subject. But I think this Mel part two, Melnika, she's just too much in the mix for me. Something about her, I'm giving her the side eye. Something about her, I can't pinpoint it yet. And KK said they confirmed what Melody said. They pretty much did. And Melnika tried to dance around it, and she said, "Yes, I did quit the wedding. But I quit the wedding because Melanie was accusing you, or my assistant said that you was trying to talk to her." No, Melnika, you quit the wedding because you probably was still messing with Martell up until the point before he said "I do." And then Melanie probably sensed a little something, and that's why you quit, and your mother had to take over. KK say none of them have a license.
He
I
had
don't
a
think
scene. He had a scene with a wine store. They were saying they were going, or like some store where they sold wine, and they were saying they were going to sell his wine in there.
I think he's doing well with the wine, right? Which is a good thing. But the weird thing for me is, before he had this wine thing, he said he didn't drink. So my thing is, why would you get into something? But I guess, hey, if it's a business venture and you're gonna make money, I guess do what you're gonna do. But my thing is, why would you get into a business and something where that wasn't something you did, prior to you getting into it? That's the part that was weird for me. But it does seem like I said, I think one thing about Martell, I will say, I do believe he's a good father. He appears to be a really, really good father. And I did like the moment where, him and Melody kind of came together in the name of the children, right? They was all on the same page with that. Now let's go to Mel and her mom. Again, like I want to say, why is Miss Vanessa, why is this such a big deal about this non-relationship that she claimed she did not have with Mark, but he claimed there was a relationship? I don't understand. She's making it something out of, if it's nothing, let it be nothing. I don't know why she's so dead set on hiding the fact that she possibly had something with this man. What is the big deal?
Diva, and also to the point that you just made, with why would Martell get into the wine business if he's not even a drinker, right?
Right.
So I mean, Martell. Why would Marcel would be more cautious getting into business with Wanda with all her antics on a food truck when he doesn't know anything about food? I could see how he would be more interested in going back into business with Martell on a construction side, because he knows construction and he knows that Martell has been good in that business. So I could see that versus him wanting to just put money invested into a food truck when, one, he does not know anything about food, and two, he doesn't even like the mom.
I know. I know. The mom is messy. Wait, KK said Martell is not a good father. KK, why you say that? I don't know. Just because listen, we got to separate his dad. He wasn't a good husband. That's for sure. He definitely wasn't a good husband. But why do you think he wasn't a good father? Miss Vanessa is lying. Yeah, Miss Vanessa is not telling the truth. But again, I don't know what the big deal is. Sebastian, what do you think about Miss Vanessa? And Miss Vanessa, when she put up that picture with Tisa in the white t-shirt, she was being messy. So my thing is, if you're going to be messy, then you got to expect some mess to come to swing back your way.
What I think about Miss Vanessa is the apple does not fall far from the tree.
Come
And
Right.
on, Sebastian.
that explains why Melody is the way she is. And you know what? What's his name? Marceau. Actually, did you hear what Marceau said, that she was paying his brother's child support for someone else?
Come on, Sebastian.
Hmm.
And let me say this,
I had
like
to
the
rewind.
like the comment just said, they both try to act coy, because Miss
Yeah.
Vanessa acting like she not in these streets is the
Right.
same as when Melanie couldn't remember if that man meat was in her mouth.
Mhm.
Same thing. How you don't remember if that man meat was in your mouth? Uh-huh.
Exactly.
But see, with that part right there, who asked her that? Did Carlos King ask her that?
Yep.
Listen, did you? You didn't have to do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be asking me what I was doing. Now, Miss Vanessa is a whole nother story. You just being straight messy. You want to sit there and act like, oh no, not me. I didn't drive nowhere. I wasn't with this man. Don't do that. A good father treats the mom good. Well,
And
you know what? Well, that's the point there. That
I don't
go
think
ahead.
so.
Yes.
I don't think so. I actually do think, because like there's a difference of relationship with a man and his wife, and a man with the mother of his kids, and the man
Okay.
with his kids. Like there's a whole different relationship in that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
He could disrespect his wife at all times. He shouldn't be, but like
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, he knows that's the mother of his kids. He knows there's certain limits that he would not do. But Martell has an addiction. We keep forgetting this. We keep forgetting Martell has an addiction. He has
What,
a
to
sex
women or to sex?
to sex.
Oh
But
yeah, I could
you know
believe
what? It's
that.
shocking. It's shocking. At least he's not having a lot of these babies out all over the place. Because just
Well,
one.
that's true.
You only had
That's
one.
true. That's true. Tony said he was live yesterday talking about Vanessa and the rest of the cast. What was he saying, Tony? I
He was
can't even. I don't know if I follow Martell. I might have to see. But what was he saying? Is
It
that
was not
don't.
Martell. It was the brother of Maurice and Marcel. He was the one who was live talking about Miss Vanessa. It wasn't Martell.
Oh, yesterday they was live.
Yes.
What did he say?
I don't remember. I don't remember, but it was all over the YouTube streets.
Well, I missed it. I missed it. He is not a good role model for those kids. Okay, you know what, KK? That is true. That is true. But I guess my point is saying that he's a good father. That he's
Involved.
trying his best. He does have the kids a lot. Um, that like I mean, he's still involved. Is
Diva,
is
can I
anybody is anybody
D-
connected with me here? Can I get
Diva,
some help? Can I get some
Diva,
Okay,
help?
I'm
okay.
connecting with
can
you.
I
I'm
say
connecting
something?
with you.
Yes. Okay. Wait. Go ahead, Erica. Say something. Yes. Can I get
And
some help?
I know they might eat me up, and this might be real controversial, right? But
Right.
they say that Martell is not a good father, right? Because of the way he
Mm,
treats Melody and the way he's acting on the show, right? But at
okay.
the same time, we all got growth. We all got things we got to do. And to judge somebody as a parent based on like they personal and what they doing, like you could be a shady person and still be a good parent. And so for people to say, oh, Martell is not a good role model because, oh, he cheated on the wife or he got outside kids or he disrespectful. Well, is Mel a good role model when she was married and was being accused of having somebody meat in their mouth in her mouth? Was she a
Ooh!
good role model when she was staying with him knowing that he was cheating? Is she being a good role model to her daughters by staying with a man year after year after year when he has another relationship? So like we gotta kind of like give people a break
Right.
sometimes.
Right. Right.
And I
Um.
said it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
say
Period.
Okay. Period. Curves, you're in the building. What do you want to say
Hi,
about this?
Diva.
Hey,
Oh my
look
gosh.
at you
Okay.
looking gorgeous. I
Oh,
love
thank
it.
you. I retwisted my hair and I was trying to curl it, y'all, but it takes too long to dry, so
It
it's
takes
just a
it, but
class.
hey, you looking cute. But what's going on?
Okay, so I was
Is
calling because
Martell a good dad?
I was in the live yesterday with Homeboy, and I asked him a couple of questions,
Who,
and
Martell?
he with that Mark Scott guy. And I probably shouldn't have said his name because he'd be going back to people's YouTubes and
Mhm.
talking about privacy issues with his image and likeness. So I already had to remove
Oh,
him. His
so he
other,
want to be a star. He want to be a star.
yes, like he
He
wants
want
to
to be a
talk
star.
all this. He sells big ass wolf tickets, but then when you record him and play it back for the masses, he doesn't like that. He wants to control his whole own thing, right?
Oh,
So I was
Curves, are you
asking,
talking about the brother that
yes,
Vanessa?
Mark.
Okay.
he's talking about the brother Mark.
Yeah, so I
Oh
was in his
shoot!
live
Well,
and I asked
I'm
him,
glad you stopped by. So what
yeah.
happened?
Okay, so I asked him straight up. I was like, dude, I was like, how is it that you're treating the lady that paid your child support like this. This is how you repair. Well, that's what you're supposed to do when you're in a relationship with somebody. You're supposed to help them out. You're supposed to help them out. I said, well, are you going to pay her back? He's like, no, because she chose to help me out. And then somebody else asked, how many people were you in a relationship with? Because he said he was polyamorous at the time. That means you love more than one person. And he was in a relationship with 3 people, but he up here writing Melody's mom so hard. Why isn't he asking the other people to take accountability? And then I said, well, why you got her name so much in your mouth? He said, she started it. She brought me up on the show first. And I'm like, he gave me the date. August 29th, 2019.
Oh, so he's petty. He's petty.
Yes, August 29th, 2019. She brought my name up. And that's what started it all. And I'm like, but why are you doing this? Why don't you have more smoke for your brothers who set you up to be the deadbeat dad than the woman who helped you pay your bills? And he's like, well, family just gets down like that and I don't have to know them. And he's like such a dweeble dwobble. He's a dweeble dwobble and he needs a lot of attention. And then he starts talking about how, oh, well, when he had got R'd before. And so he has to go through all of that stuff, right? And he's a ninny, you guys. He's a ninny. And he taped for the show. He taped on the show. So now he's like,
we're going to see him soon.
Well, we might not because he said he doesn't know if they'll actually air it or not, but he did film with them finally. So now he's like, if they bring me up now, it's different because I'm on the show. And I'm like, so why are you having so many problems with her bringing you up now then? Whatever, dude. Take a Xanax, get some meditation in my opinion. You're pressing on this woman way too hard to have been one of 3 people you were in a relationship with. Really?
Wow.
You got this much smoke for this woman? Really? And he's still posting so much stuff today. They're private DMs, pictures of them standing next to each other. He is
he's on Instagram. He's doing it?
Yeah, he's on Instagram. He's on Instagram and he'll welcome any more followers or viewers, girl.
You're so crazy. What is he under? Mark?
I can't. I'm on the phone, so I can't see. But I'll. You know what? I'll tag you in something that later on when I.
Tag me later.
I'll send you something on his page because he's a lunatic, in my humble opinion. Any man that would be one man to 3 people, and then he said they went out for years. He changed it. They dated. And then he was like, well, we knew each other. And then he was like, well, we were intimate. And I don't know why she just doesn't say that. Well, frankly, I would never admit to
I wouldn't claim him either.
Never in a million years.
So
that's what I can't say.
Miss Vanessa, I'm sorry, Miss Vanessa. He's a lunatic.
I didn't like it.
She said yes, Petty Mark. Somebody said yes, Petty. Tony said Petty Mark.
So it's
my
like
mom's in the building. Somebody must have me on because I'm echoing.
I don't think
in the back. Okay, sounds good. My mom's in the building. Miss Dugan, what's up?
Hey, yes, Curves was letting him have it. I was on that live, but I was coming in. She covered it all. I just wanted you to know that this is a petty man. And if I was Vanessa, I would never acknowledge, I wouldn't want to acknowledge that we were even friends because he is just disgusting. He's worse than Martell could ever be. And on the part about the fatherhood, I just wanted to point out that I don't think being a good role model is the same as being a good parent, because being a good father is taking care of your responsibilities and your children and making sure that you're there when you're supposed to be. And as far as it was not proven that she cheated. It was proven that Martell cheated. So
hello.
That's but how is it proven though? How can we prove it? We proved his because he admitted to it. So Mel acknowledged it, and he had a baby. I mean, a lot of people are cheaters, but just because I can't catch you, don't mean it didn't happen.
That's the point. Amen. You can't say she's not a good role model because she cheated, because you can't prove that she ever cheated. So how can you call her a role model
herself? She said that she does not recall giving fellatio, but she recalls it.
If you don't recall,
but she said she recalled receiving it, so therefore she received it while she was married.
They were separated.
But they were separated.
In a whole lot of people's minds, that is not cheating because they were separated.
Exactly.
If you back to the point though. I will say this. At least Martell is still taking his kids, involved with his kids. And he got the other one. Is his name Knox?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has little Knox with him too. I mean, I'm gonna give him that. Pia, you're in the building. What did you want to add to the conversation?
I think the real reason why a lot of people have take issue with Martell is because of the fact that, he doesn't ever admit to making a mistake. It's just an excuse after an excuse after an excuse. Like when he cheated on Melanie and she finally had enough and divorced him. You're going on different talk shows talking about, well, she wasn't there for me physically or emotionally, but wait, she told me to go cheat. Sir, you cheated over and over and over again. And she stayed with you because you kept feeding her BS. And she got
Right.
sick of it when you were still talking to Arion. So the thing about it is, just own it. And
Right.
also, too, I think that he's very jealous, not only of Melanie, but of the other guys as well, which is why he's always trying to tear them down, especially their marriages, because misery loves company. Do I think he's a good father? I do. I think he's a great father. I just don't think he's a good human being.
Right.
I agree.
I mean, that's just me, and that's just how I feel about Martell. But I mean, and as far as Melanie is concerned, I will always respect a female for getting herself out of a situation like that, and
Yeah.
knowing I will always do that.
Yeah.
But my problem with Melanie is I don't think she is a good friend. I do agree with Destiny on that, because Destiny really has never done nothing to her. Melanie put all of her personal business out in the streets, and that's what Destiny has a problem with, and Melanie won't acknowledge it.
Facts.
Well, hold on one second. Who said Kate? Thank you for the super stick. I truly appreciate it. Yes, and Tony is agreeing with you. The thing is, I think with Melanie, see, there's more to the story between her and Destiny. So when Destiny was down and out, Melanie just, and I don't know too many people who would do this, right? Melanie just cashed after cash after cash after, however she gave her the money, without Destiny even having to ask. She helped Destiny out when Destiny was in a rut. So I think they both, and see, sometimes when you're going through something as a person, you're going through something, you don't have time to be calling people and meeting them at the local Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and all that, because you in
Come
your
on, Jesus.
emotions and you busy and you going through some stuff. So Melanie was navigating her own demise of her marriage with Martell, and she was trying to figure out, because he was playing games with the kids for 1 minute. He was trying to get full custody of the kids, right?
He still is, because I think they're doing there's an echo.
There is, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. But I know that there's a petition that's going around to get him off the show because he made some sort of homophobic rant when it came to Melody's brother watching the kids, and from what was said, Carlos King cussed him out.
Can I say something?
Yes,
Mhm.
you can.
Okay, first of all, I have an issue with Melody's brother watching the kids, but it's not because he's gay. The issue I have with it is the fact that if you know your kids are in shared custody and you know you can't watch them, give them to the other person who's part of that custodial agreement. That's what I see in the whole situation. Yes, sometimes the uncle does need to be an uncle and take care of the kids. But listen, also, don't come at me yet. I know
What
y'all
is
gonna come at
Terms
me.
doing? What is
Don't come
Terms
at me
doing?
yet. But also, Martell cannot be the way he is all around the place and expect to have kids with him too.
Exactly.
No. So Sebastian, let me help you out with this, Sebastian. The thing is, you can only do that if the other parent is not trying to play games with you and take full custody of your kids and try to act like you are not being a good parent yourself. So
Okay,
I understood Melody's position in that, right? Because if every weekend she had the kids, and so it's so unfortunate that when y'all are together as a couple and you're still married, it wouldn't matter what weekend you had to do what. You could have something to do 4 weekends in a row and it wouldn't matter because you're married and they home with dad, right? But now all of a sudden y'all have broken up. You get the kids every other weekend, but yet every other weekend you still have a job. And if you were to tell him to keep the kids, then he would go on the courts and be like, see, even her weekends, she's not taking the kids. I always have the kids. Give me full custody. But she
Okay,
ain't
I
got
see what
time
you
for
mean.
him to play her out.
I see what you
In
mean.
addition
I see
to,
what you mean.
he keeps trying to use her even in needing a babysitter as a reason that she's not a fit mom because she
Yeah,
has to work. And plus,
yeah.
he's clocking where she is. That's the other thing. He's a freaking stalker, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
he just wants to know where she's at all the time. So I
Because
Mhm.
should not be telling him nothing about where I am because you see that fool pops up.
because
Yeah.
of the
And
because
can I? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
because
Sorry.
he knew that he screwed up. He
Yep.
knew it. Melanie is a very beautiful woman,
Yep.
gorgeous, very, very smart. Okay. And he messed it up by going after someone that looks like his sister with a wig.
Ooh, that's a fact.
You
Yeah.
know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even care what the other chick looks like. He messed up because he had a home. He had a blessing that he didn't even realize he had. He had a home where they was a power couple. Melody has brains. She has smart, and she's beautiful. And she was building that thing together for the both of them. And they were thick as thieves. But he thought he was out in that street running around. And then when he got put out in those streets, when she let the streets have him, he realized he didn't really want to be in the streets. Every time you turn around, what is coming out his mouth is how much he missed being married and he misses marriage. And I think deep
Mm-hmm.
down, he is in Melanie's ear telling Melanie, it's you and me. I want you back. But then he can't, the streets keep calling his name. And every time the streets call him, he answers the call. Okay, for
I
you to
understand.
be with what's the name from Roa, Cherie,
Mhm.
Cherie.
Sheree, like, are you kidding me right now? And then you got your other chick that has your baby that now she's seeing. Now you see how you thought you was the one, girlfriend. You see how side chicks don't win. You thought you was the one, and then when he was put out in the streets, he ain't even asked to marry you.
And she should have
But
known
he
he was
wants to be married. But
right.
he
But he
wants to be married.
That
right.
part
That
right
part,
there,
Curve.
Curve.
That
That
part,
part
Curve.
right
How
there.
you want to be married and then you leave your wife and you don't want? So why you don't marry the chick that you was cheating on your wife with for years and had a child by?
Because he
He's
knows she's not
insane.
worthy. He
He's
knows
in.
every
But
other
he
stuff.
always try to make it seem like she is. Oh, she graduated from the same school you went to. He tried to make it seem like he is. What's that one TikTok? It was never you. It would have never been you.
And not only that, remember, he said he kept telling Melody she was doing things you wouldn't do. If that chick was all of that, you free now. You in the streets. Why you ain't wife her up? Because you know for a fact that she will never measure up and help you rise up to being that power couple like it was when it was you and Melody. He know he messed up.
Right?
And can I say
Because,
this, Diva? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Can I say this though about the Destiny thing? Because we brushed past that. Destiny, I think Destiny is what's the word? She just needs too much. She's too needy. And she doesn't understand that when people are going through things in their own life, I can only help you the way that I can help you at the time.
Come
I
on.
got into it with a friend of mine that I was very close to because I was going through a career change. I was going through things in my life. And my friend wants to party. She wants to go out, whatever she going through. She want me to spend time with her when she come in town. She had a surgery and she was off of work for months. I offered, what can I do? Can I help you pay? Is your rent paid? Can I help you pay your rent? This girl fell out with me because I didn't have time to hang out with her. I offered to pay your rent, help pay your rent, but you more concerned about me hanging out with you. Some people you can never please because you're too needy and you have to respect what I'm going through. Destiny is weird to me for that. She's super weird, super weird.
the only
Yeah.
thing about Destiny I was thinking is you were saying that maybe Mel and her are good and Mel did stuff for her. but I feel like Destiny is kind of, I don't know, she's kind of giving me single black female vibes. Like
She
she
plays
kind of
both.
does a lot of
Yeah.
the things
She
Come on,
plays
Curb.
both.
Melody does. He does
She
a
Cause
plays.
now
lot of
you
the
about to
things that
sing. Cause now
Melody
you about
does.
to sing about your divorce. You about to go sing
Yeah.
about your divorce. That's
Right. I
She
mean,
plays
there's
both sides.
flattery is one thing, but copying your co-star is another. And also, I feel like maybe Destiny seeing, maybe Melody seeing Destiny run back and tell Martell about stuff that she heard. Maybe that's been happening all along. And Melody's like, oh, it was true. And that's why you're off my list now.
Destiny, I'm giving her the side eye. Sasha, thank you for becoming a member. I truly appreciate it. Destiny, I'm giving her the side eye. I am, because, like I said, I know some people, when you down and out, you got to go beg them to borrow some money, and then they're gonna throw it in your face. And the second before you can even, scrape it back up and get it together to give it back to them, they asking you for their money. Okay. So when I heard that Melody just gave her money unsolicited, to me, that's a true friend. She
That is
came
a very
over.
true friend.
She came over. She saw your lights wasn't on or whatever. She just cashed out you money. She came over. She knew that you was going through the same custody issues as her. She just cashed out you some money. And
in the
so
midst,
to me,
I'm
right?
sorry, but she did that in the midst of getting a divorce, being
Yes.
publicly humiliated, having to rebrand and restart her business, and having to finance 4 children. So why you
Hello.
mad at her, Destiny? Why you
Right.
mad at her?
Right. And get herself another house. And get herself another house. So what do you want
Exactly.
from me, Destiny? What should I go? You want some blood?
I think
Like,
she's
what else
jealous
do
of.
you want?
I think she's very, very jealous of Melody. I think that's what it is, and she plays both sides, because I have seen her go back and be in Martell's ear, telling him
Yeah.
everything, and then when she's around Melody, she tries to play victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see
It's
that
It,
too.
like Curve say. It's one of those single black female, like, it's not flattery. It's like, you want to be me. You want to be in my skin.
Like you
You
want to
want to
wear my
live my
skin.
life. And it's like, you don't even want these problems, and you doing anything in your power to get close to me when I'm trying to help you. And it's just weird
Yeah.
girl
it,
behavior.
it is weird. It is weird. It is weird. It's like you said, Curbs, you said it perfectly. Is giving single black female vibes. Totally,
Yeah.
100%. And I'm giving her the side eye, because I'm telling you, I got some very close friends. And I got close friends that, listen, if they think I'm hungry, they over here bringing me some food. So when you have friends like that, I don't care what goes down between you. See, to me, if I fall out with somebody and they've been giving me their business over the years, I'm telling you what, I don't care how low it go, I ain't never telling their business in the streets. I'm
Exactly.
never telling their business in the streets. And
Right.
so, and I'm not talking to their ex-man.
Right.
I'm not. I'm
Right.
not going to be over there telling him nothing. He could come say something to me. I'll be like, oh, okay, really? Uh-huh. All right. Okay. See you later. Bye.
It
But
wouldn't
I'm not
even.
going to sit there and tell her what Melody said. I'm not doing that. Go ahead. I'm
Well,
sorry.
And unfortunately, at some point, you have to pick a side. Like, you gotta know where your loyalty lies. If your loyalty lies with Martell because y'all went to high school together, that's fine. I'll take my coin, and I'll keep it pushing. But you gotta pick a side at some point.
I
And
would
Melody
really.
did pick a side, from what I understand, from what the street said, allegedly. Melody knew LeBerick, and she doesn't talk to LeBerick because Destiny's not with LeBerick anymore. So she already did her that courtesy. The
See,
least she could do is return the favor and at least don't tell my business to this man.
And
at
at
the
least
very
and
least.
at least don't accept my cash app if you're gonna be talking about
Oh,
me to
shoot.
my ex-husband.
Yeah,
I'm trying
reject
to
it.
tell you. I'm
At
trying
least
to tell
reject my
you,
cash
okay?
app.
If you so mad at me and I'm so not good and all that, then give me back my money. Give me back my money. Michelle, thank you for becoming a member. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, give me back my money. So yeah, so now where was we at? So yeah, oh wait, Mark had that picture. Martel and Tisa. Okay, coming back to Scope. The men meet up. The men meet up. Listen, they asked Martell, was he dating? Okay. They pretty much said that, Martell got to do better. Um, and Marcel said the way that he feeds his family is through Scope, so he cannot have no nonsense if Martell comes back into the business. But when Martell and Tisa met up, she pretty much said, she going to let him back in. But I do think that this fight, he's going to get kicked back out again. Now listen, when Melanie and Martell met up at his house, I appreciated that moment. They had a moment. I like the fact that they went on vacation together. I mean, the kindness didn't last long, as we know in real time, but I appreciated that she took the kids on vacation and she said, hey, listen, if you want to come with us, you can come. I thought that was a good gesture. I thought it was an open door to us, let's really co-parent. Let's try to do this co-parent thing together because it's for the kids. And they have 4 beautiful, those kids are gorgeous.
Yes.
And little mama, sugar mama, I want to go tell sugar mama.
I love you
too.
some sugar
Perfect.
mama.
Okay. I want to just go. She's just all the kids are a good mix of Melanie and Martell. Like they look like both of them, depending upon when you look at them, how you see them, or whatever. But they have a beautiful and amazing family, and I think it's so sad that this happened to them, that they broke up. I just thought they was always a cute couple, and it's just sad. But it is what it is. Life goes on, and I guess now we got to see what it looks like without them. But did you notice? What do you think about Destiny and this new man she got?
Ooh, can I go first?
Anywho, did y'all see how Sugar Mama was running up to the car and she was dead last with her little bitty self running behind the siblings? I love you some Sugar Mama.
I love Sugar Mama too, and I think the nickname is so cute.
Yes, and Destiny new man. Okay, we'll believe it. Go for it, Destiny. If you want us to believe you in a long distance relationship, and we'll go for it. Okay, Destiny. We need a storyline. Give us a storyline, Miss Destiny.
Right.
That screams she by Sheree.
It does. And she doesn't have the look of a woman in a new relationship getting relieved and getting the love and on that she needs. She looks still just as stressed. I'm not sure that this new dude is even the flavor she needs. He can't bring a smile to her face.
What it actually reminds me of? And I was really disappointed. It reminds me of that time on the show when Martell said that he wrote a book and he wanted to read it out loud. He wanted his kids there, but really it was a pamphlet.
It was a pamphlet?
Yeah.
Yeah, like had 10 pages or something. It was
just like Drew's husband on, Atlanta, how he got up and, wrote that, and read his little
I fell for that now, Pia. I fell for that.
But it's a kid's book though, right? I mean, we can't expect the children to read 20 paragraphs, can
it was a kid's pamphlet for Best Western. Which give your kids so they can be quiet and stop asking you questions when you're on vacation.
Listen, Lee said the mother-in-laws also went on vacation with Mel Martell. People tend to forget that. That makes it even nicer. That makes it even nicer. I think that, anything, I think that you always have to put your feelings aside for the kids. So I think it was even nicer. Yes, the Hope kids, they are gorgeous. I agree, Diva. Mel did it for the kids. That's how you create memories. Yes, that is how you create memories.
Why they didn't invite Coleslaw and
well, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Would you I wouldn't invite her to an exorcism.
Right. Yeah, she's not coming. No, I'm not that progressive. You're not coming over here, Coleslaw.
I'm no, that's two
As a matter of fact, I'm
in one
removing
night.
Cabbage from my diet. I don't want sauerkraut, coleslaw, steamed cabbage, fried cabbage. It's out of my diet. You're not coming.
And besides, Melanie might get
the
confused.
baby? They couldn't take the baby and not the coleslaw?
Wait, hold on. Diva, I don't think so, because Martell's name is still on the business, and I don't think Marcel told Tisa that. Is that so?
Yeah, it's called Choked.
Yeah, but there's
HOLTN.
people that you can still, your name could be on something, you could still not even be part of the business. Like Gucci is not owned by any one of the family members anymore.
Right. Right.
So your name could be on something and you can no longer be a part of it.
Because the company was Holt and Holt.
Right.
And then Martell went to Melody and said the Scots needed a gig. So Melody allowed them to come into Holt and Holt, and they made it Skult. And then the Scots bought Melody out, and that's why when she said that part about, oh, the company was only worth pennies on the dollar when we got it. Yeah, that was your part of the pennies.
That
Melody
was
had
messy.
withdrawn her part of the pennies, so you guys only had pennies on a dollar investment. So
Yeah,
that
was low key shade there. That was messy.
Yes, it was major shade.
I
That
don't
was
like the
major
Scots.
shade.
I
And
don't
then
like
that was the dig. I'm sorry, when she said, "Oh, this company isn't what it used to be," that was a major dig.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
As much as I like this show, it's really heartbreaking because when I started watching this show, I thought like the comeback group and all that stuff, they was doing some really good things. And it just sucks that they couldn't keep on that path in some shape, form, or fashion. Like their personal life got involved because they could have did some really good things.
Yeah.
But stuff happens.
I think it's
I
hard.
think they could have too, but I think part of the problem was that on the onset, even though they was trying to play differently, when they signed the contract, Melody and Martell's marriage was already in trouble. And all the cast came in agreement that they wasn't going to disclose that or really talk about it on the level to what it really was, other than what Melody and Martell was showing. And so the problem with lies is once you start a lie, you got to tell 50 other lies just to keep it up. And so that's why as they started seeing realness and things start going on and stuff start coming out, they felt like, now, Melody, you sitting here playing it off on this TV and you knew that this man was cheating before we even started this. And now you want to talk about my husband, then I'm going to start telling some truths too. So it gets ugly. And that's how it got ugly. But yes, I really did like the comeback group. I really was waiting to see them like build these buildings and, have this empire and all of that. So it's sad. But it is also ironic that initially the Scots were kind of not as well off or set up the way the Holts were, but the tables are kind of turning now because listen, the Black Lounges, they're killing it. They killing it with the Black Lounge, and they got their own whatever they got, chocolate, whatever it is. They're doing their thing, and so the roles are kind of reversed now because the Holts are divorced, and so the Scots are the only ones that are married now. So they're kind of rising to the top of the empire on Love and Marriage Huntsville. But Melody is that chick that she's always going to have money because she's a go-getter. Right?
Exactly.
And so she has all of her ventures, so she would never fall under. And see, that's what Martell wants in a woman. But what he has to understand too, those females don't come a dime a dozen.
They sure don't. They
don't come a dime a dozen. Every woman he gets with, they might as well forget it because what he's really looking for is another Melody, and he ain't gonna find her.
It's the 80-20. It's the 80-20. He left his 80 for 20 and now he got to nothing. But let's not forget about Destiny. She coming up too. She painted her shelves black. Forget about that.
Erica, you gonna stop.
That's hilarious. Yes, that $5 million lawsuit.
On that note, she should have called Dr. Heavenly because Dr. Heavenly's beauty supply store is everything, right?
She should have got some notes.
She should have got some advice because listen, when I saw Contessa and Dr. Scott come in her store, I said, well, what they trying to do over here? You saw them?
Yeah. I was like, oh, she making her rounds to anybody that has a beauty supply. She's gonna be over at Leah Diaz and Kendra in LA any minute now. All the soft openings, grand open, she making her rounds.
She making her rounds. But I was shocked when I saw them coming there. And again with that Monica, why was she there? Why is she in our life?
It was part of the setup. It's all a setup. Martell is disgusting. The way that he question Melanika on camera like that, he's the one that brought that to her in a way that it needs to be disrespectful to her husband, because he didn't even have to bring it up again. He
No,
could have
he
easily just
didn't.
shut it down with Destiny and be like, oh yeah, that's malarkey, whatever, and let it go. But for him to
Right.
take extra time to have a stupid conversation and then say, oh, well, we haven't slept together since high school. I thought y'all didn't sleep together though a second ago, and now y'all haven't. Now you admitting it, and it hasn't
Right.
been since high school. So why was she planning your wedding then, Martell? Why
It's
was she doing that? So that means Melody was right. You did have
Yeah.
sex with Melanika, and you're trying to make us think that Melody's crazy for speaking that, but she was speaking facts again, Martell? Really,
Yeah.
Martell?
it's
Yeah.
Really?
funny how
All
much
of it's a setup. So he even knew that Melody was on her way there because she was live on the way. And she had said, oh, I'm going over to the thing today. I'm going to still support. And then she made her way over there. So Martell pretty much probably knew that she was going to be there. And so he brought Melanika so the new Mel and Martell could confront her. And then but before they could do that, he decided
Woo!
to do the other stuff. I can't
Before
wait.
they can
I
do
can't
that,
wait.
it
And
goes down.
and
but you
that
want to
was
know
strange to me, because how could Mel say like, oh well, I'm inviting the people that want to be, I mean not Mel, Destiny. She was being so shady about, yeah, I'm inviting the people that want to be there, this and this and that. But Mel came. So it's like, say what needs to be said, Destiny, because if you don't like Mel, you would have, nobody's coming to my event. I don't care if I posted it on social media. If I don't want you to be there, you're going to know I don't want you to be there, and you're not going to come. So Destiny is playing both sides, because why was
Yeah.
Mel ever there?
and
Right.
I
And then why did she run out the door talking about, you not gonna say hi? You not gonna say hi? Remember in the trailer, she's like, you not gonna say
Yeah.
hi? You didn't even say hi.
but
Exactly.
I just find it funny about Martell that you can retain all this information about who you slept with, who you didn't sleep with, what receipts you have, what receipts you don't have, but yet you can't retain the information to pass for your building license,
Oh
and you fa-
man.
and you failed 4 times.
Oh, that's big.
That's
Okay,
a
because
lot of
priorities,
failures.
priorities. You can keep track of that
So
old puh, but you can't
that's so that
keep track of them books.
right. And also too,
Yes.
when it came out that him and Sheree were dating and he tried to lie and say, no, we're
Yep.
not dating. I'm building a pool. I was like, you don't have a building license. You were using Melanie's when y'all were together.
Right.
Let me ask you this. Anybody hear about this?
Yes.
Tisa and what is this about?
Okay, so Tisa and Marcel did a bid to do the contract for Zen Gardens. And then they said that they were going to have professional oversight, and they were going to be timely, and they were going to spend a certain amount of money. So then something happened where things weren't happening the way they were supposed to, and the production got held up. So they were suing for the materials that they used so far for the project. Well, Zen was like, no, no, no. We're countersuing for $5 million because you didn't have nobody that had the right certifications overseeing the projects. You didn't have like who you represented to have, you did not have. And you cost us money, and these bills are too high anyway. You're holding up our production, so we countersuing you for $5 million.
Oh
Because
my
they
God.
pretended
It's not the site that they was it the site that they went to on the show?
no, that's the site of
No.
their home that they picked
Okay.
this big old mountain, and they ended up finding a cave, and so now their plans are on hold again.
Wow, this is messy. This is
Yeah.
messy. I
Well,
did
that's
not
only because
know
God
about.
don't like ugly and very little pretty, and they need
Woo!
to act right if they want something else to happen.
They need to act right. But listen, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I can't wait till next week, even though next week is going to be a little sad, right? It's going to be a little sad in the sense that I don't like the fact that they're going to fight. But I understand because Miss Wanda, she's team too much. She's team too much. She just stays in it too much. And I
Right.
don't think, and I don't care what nobody say. It's none of our business to be questioning somebody else's kid who's the daddy, okay?
Right.
What are you doing? You're not no Maury Povich. Get out of here. Leave Sugar Mama alone. And she looked, like I said, she looked like the both of them. Don't do
She
that. Don't
does.
do that.
She's perfect.
She's perfect. She's a cutie pie. I want to snatch her up every time I see her, and especially that cute little smile of hers. She's
Yes.
adorable. But Miss Wanda, she's just too much. She's too much. But they're never going to kick Miss Wanda off that show because Carlos King is about drama.
Loves her. He loves her.
Miss Wanda is always gonna go after Melody because for some strange reason, I don't know what Letitia's problem is with Melody, but it's always gonna happen. She always fights Letitia's battles, and she needs to mind her business.
But you
That's why
remember Melody said on Carlos King that Miss Wanda's baby daddy was in her DM. Tisha daddy was in Melanie's DM. So that
okay,
could be a thing too.
well, yeah, and if it was, how is that Melody's fault? That's not Melody's fault. And from what Miss Wanda said, she got plenty of men.
Exactly. We see that, but you can't reason with crazy.
No, you can't. I
No,
mean,
you can't.
she's always speaking on someone else's child. And really, to be honest with you, the real reason why Marcel went into business and caved in when it came to that food truck is because he knows he got a baby out there. He knows he's been cheating, and Miss Wanda knows it.
Yeah, and he was supposedly with one of Tisha's cousins before her too.
And
So
I believe it was the one who had a problem with Letitia. I believe it was her.
I not for 1 minute do I think he's innocent. I do not at all. And I think that's part of why he went and got that vasectomy, him and Maurice. So if they out in those streets, they at least know for the most part that nobody can come up and say, "Oh, I'm having your baby."
Right.
Because remember, they solved that whatever season that was. I guess it was the second season or whatever. Yeah, he's messy, but again, and I'm about to close this thing out, but it almost reminds me of this whole thing. Like Michelle said, next week will be full of drama, and I can't wait to see it all play out, fake or not.
I cannot wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
You know what, Michelle, though? I don't think it's fake because remember, this actually happened in the summer. And Carlos King was kind of mad because Melody actually went live. Like, we knew about this fight before they're even about to air it. Do y'all remember that? Like in the summer, it was a whole big thing. It went down.
Yes.
yeah, and
It
Mel
went
went
down.
live. I don't
Yes.
think it's fake. I think the drama is real. I think they're put in situations to where they would have to interact with each other when in real life they wouldn't. But I
Right.
definitely think that the drama is real.
And it wasn't just Melody who went live. Storm, she went live. Then Miss Wanda, she went on her Facebook and she was trying to tell everybody what happened, except she left out the part where she got smushed in the face, which was hilarious. I mean, if you're gonna tell the story, tell the whole thing. You got your ass kicked. I'm sorry, you got mushed in the face. And it was funny. I have never laughed harder.
But said, yeah, oh yes, I remember. And it was on a Saturday. It was on a Saturday because the Sunday I was covering the show, but it wasn't up to that particular point, of course. And everybody was like saying, Diva, the fight. I'm like, what fight? There was no fight on this episode. And they was like, girl, I was like in the dark. And I went back and saw everything. And I was like, OMG, I couldn't believe it. Yes, that fight was something crazy. But
yeah, because Melody had to get in the middle of it. And she had to say, your kids are out here. Your kids are out here. And I think I think Martell was fighting Marcel or Marceau, whatever the hell his name is. And the Scott guy was trying to break both of them up. I mean, it was just a mess. But like, again, the only thing I remember from that was Miss Wanda getting her face smushed in.
And the way Coleslaw be going on live, getting drunk and just spilling her guts out and going for Oprah, this ain't fake drama.
No, it's not. It's not.
I want to know why she thinks
she's unhinged. And let me tell you what, this is my thought process on her. I can't say all because nothing is always all, right? But what happens is with a lot of side chicks, they feel like
You say
that
she's
it's not
unhinged?
is they yeah, she's unhinged. They feel like it's never going to be me. Like he cheated on you, but he would never do that to me. Okay, he treated you bad, but I'm different. He would never do that to me. So the whole time she was believing all his lies. Okay, and now that she sees that now you did what you set out to do. You broke them up, right? You broke them up. And now that you broke them up and you see that he's still ain't with you, she's sick to her stomach. She's
Yeah,
sick to her
because
stomach over it.
because she always trying to talk about age and oh
Yeah.
y'all older and the wives, and at the end of the day, baby girl, you gonna age. So let's just play make believe. Let's play he did leave Mel for you because you was young and you was hot. You're gonna eventually be Mel's age one day, and guess what? He's gonna get the young and hot. So what are you even talking about, cuckoo?
She's very unstable because she brought up the whole him going on vacation with her, and she was like, why couldn't my kid go? And he had to speak out and said, we did invite your my son to go, but our son was sick. And he was in the background hacking and coughing, and she was like, go to bed, while she was having a crazy attack on TikTok.
Yeah.
So they did invite
Yeah.
the other baby.
Yes, they did. They invite. Yes, Melody said that Melody and Martell invited him, but he couldn't go because he was sick. And you could hear him when she went psychotic on the live. She that was a crazy attack. I didn't know whether to
It,
call CPS or call a priest.
yeah, she went psychotic. And so this is what I want to close this show out with because we have so many things going on right now. You have Tia, the twins, she's divorcing her husband, Corey. You have the thing going on with Nia Long and her fiance, Ime. You have so many couples that are currently going through it right now. But more importantly, there a lot of men feel this way, right? Yeah, close your legs to marry man. I'm trying to tell you, Deidre, okay? You have a lot of men that are of the mindset of why should you leave a good man, and I don't know exactly what their definition of a good man is. Why should you leave a good man that is taking care of the household and he just happened to cheat? Are you going to let that chick win? Now I know people on both sides. I know females that are like, you know what, nobody's going to interrupt the house that I built. I've been with this man for years. We built this thing up together, and I'm not going to let this go because he slept with one chick. And I had male friends that feel like, what is the big deal? He cheated once, or he cheated. Are you going to let everything go over that? I don't get this concept of stand by your man no matter what. And I do understand if you are married, it's a little bit different. I can understand if maybe, you want to forgive the one transgression, but some men, I can't say all, there are some men that once a cheater, always a cheater. And if you let them get away with it and you stay, it's going to be the death of you.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry. I have to disagree with that because if I ever allowed myself to get married, because I don't ever want to get married, and you cheat, not only am I leaving you, a bitch is getting paid. You are going to be homeless when I'm finished with you. Because I go by, God rest her soul, Ivana Trump, what she said in the First Wives Club, don't get mad, you get everything. And that's what's going to happen. That's the best advice I have ever heard. I'm getting paid. I'm getting my money. When I'm through
Can I
when I'm
ask?
through
I
with
don't.
when I'm through
I
with
don't
you,
know
you're not going to have a
if it's.
pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of.
But okay, so
Uh,
hold on one second. I'm gonna come to you, Erica. But Malika is saying Mel did not invite Knox.
No, she did. Martell invited Knox, and Melanie did not have a problem with it because the kids know that that is their brother.
Mm-hmm.
but he
Yeah,
couldn't go because he was sick.
yeah, and I think I could believe that, and I think that what is her darn name? Ariane probably was mad because she probably wanted to go too. She probably wanted to be a sister wife thing. But Erica, what do you think about that? What I just said?
You know, I agree. I think that at some point you gotta choose yourself, right? And I wouldn't say, depending on how long y'all been together, depending on the situations that occurred prior to the events happening, I can see how maybe one indiscretion and you like, we gonna work it out. I mean, personally, probably not, but I can see it. I don't like to judge, but the way that he did it, the continuous cheating, and I would have been done before he had a baby because Mel said herself that this had been going on for years, and at some point you got to have a little dignity and integrity,
Yeah,
and you got to teach people how to treat you, and if they don't learn, you got to leave.
yeah,
And I think
yeah.
that's what the issue is that, but see, here's the thing. Arion should have knew that Martell wasn't crap when he questioned the paternity of the baby on national television.
How about this? She wasn't pregnant when he called her a peasant.
No,
So
he wasn't.
what your self-esteem has got to be in the gutter. If a man can call you a peasant on TV and then he could come back to you and still get inside your bed, nah, I would have been done then. I would have been good. A peasant,
Yeah.
Michelle, not sure what you heard. I'm going to find the one where I saw she definitely said she didn't know anything about the boy coming, and that was for her kids to bond with their dad.
Well, there were so
Yeah.
many. Well, I mean, yeah, that could be true too, because there were so many, conflicting stories. I thought she did say that the kid could go, but I mean, it is what it is. If she said he could, he could. If he couldn't, he couldn't. But the thing of it is that I don't have any sympathy for Ariane because you knew
Yeah.
he wasn't trash. And I'm sorry, but if a man, he didn't even have the guts to ask you face to face. He called you on the phone while he was driving.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, you know what happened with her? She wanted to be on the show so bad. She wanted to be Melody. She
Yeah.
wanted Melody's spot, right? So she wanted to be on the show so bad that and Melody was, and I don't blame Melody. Melody was not having it. So the best that Carlos King could get was for there to be a phone call with her and Martell. And so she was so desperate and stupid to accept that she didn't even, she accepted the phone call and he played her out, okay? Because all he wanted was his check, okay? And to continue to make her look like a fool and act as if he wasn't, the bad guy in his marriage. But again, when you would have got me on TV and you would have been asking me about a paternity test, now that is my second chance to really say, you know what, this man is trash and leave him alone. But she still didn't leave him alone after that.
No, she
Yeah,
didn't leave him.
because he played her. He played that girl all the way up until Melanie was done and was
Yep.
like, the divorce is happening. I don't want nothing else to do with you. Then all of a sudden, y'all not going to disrespect her. She is the mother of my child. She got a degree from the same university you went to. But all the way up until before Melody was like, no, it's over. He was playing her. So no one has remorse for you, Ariane. No
No
No.
one's
one.
ever
We don't
no one's
care.
ever no one's ever going to have remorse for her. Now she has a YouTube channel. She got a clothing line out. Looks terrible. And I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, take some accountability and responsibility. You're not a victim. You never were a victim. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. See, you know what the problem is too? My thing is you already had one child and you was a single parent. Why would you on purpose set yourself up to do it again? And when I say on purpose, clearly if you know you messing with a married man, that on purpose you setting yourself up to be a single parent again if you sleeping with him. sleeping with him with no protection, and then you know you're going to have the potential to get pregnant, and you knew he was married. And what if he would have never left his wife?
And I
So
think that's to go to, I don't know, that's to go to Sebastian when he said the apple don't fall far from the tree, because she said that she herself, her mother, her father was married to somebody else, and her mom had her
Mm,
on the side. Her mom had her by a married
mm.
man.
And also, too, she saw it as a come up. She saw it as, oh, he's on TV, he's got money, I'm gonna get a check, and then I'm gonna be on TV as well. Because look at what happened when she did that embarrassing interview with Tasha K and had the nerve to let this come out her mouth. Oprah owes me an apology too. Again, Oprah owes a lot of people an apology, and they never got it. Just ask Monique.
but besides the fact that I don't even think Oprah owns the own network anymore. So
Right.
yeah, she's just foolish. I've been married 17 years, and unfortunately things can be tricky when little kids are involved. I know someone that waited till the kids were out of high school before they divorced. I've known all scenarios like that. And listen, I'm not judging anyone. You got to make your own individual decisions. But this I do know, but it's hindsight, right? This I do know. You think that you're doing it for the kids and you're hiding it from the kids, but the kids feel your unspoken pain. They
Mm.
feel your unspoken misery. So although you think you're hiding it, the kids know what you're going through, and and as sad as it may seem, the kids are probably better off that Melanie and Martell split, because Melanie and Martell was having so much tension. When she said that he crawled on the floor during COVID because I think something was wrong with his foot or his leg or something, and he crawled in that bathroom so he could
Diva.
call Ariane.
It was his back. It was something happened to
Diva.
his back, and I've had back pain, and that has never made me want to crawl on the floor and call my side dude.
Just crawled
Okay.
on that floor in that bathroom and talked to that lady. And that's why I agree. Like, I'm not on the, what is the Dwayne's? Was it Marlon Wayans?
Uh-huh.
I'm not on the Marlon Wayans train. I don't think you should be in a relationship when you constantly being disrespected and cheated on. What I'm saying is I can understand how that decision can be hard, and you might not leave as swiftly as people think that you should. But I
Right.
respect when you do, and when you finally say, you know what, I'm just gonna choose myself. But for
Right.
people to say like, off the first time, I'm out of here. Well, it's a lot of situations that could make you doubt that, or second chance that, or give a person a second chance. But when you see that there's no change happening and you decide to pick up yourself and get the strength to move on, big ups to you. Congratulations to you. But we can't judge and be like, oh, she should have been gone off the first instance. She should have left. Like, no, it took her longer than it probably would have took a lot of people, but she left.
Let me
Especially
tell you. Go ahead. Go
no,
ahead, Pia.
I was going to say, especially because they've been together since what, high school, right? Her and
Who,
Martell.
Melody? Melody.
And
I think college. I thought
oh, so
college.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, it was very difficult for her, and it must have really been even more difficult because she didn't really touch on it, but I gathered it. She probably had severe postpartum depression because at one point she was so depressed she couldn't really be there for her kids, and him cheating on her, that probably made her depression worse. So when she finally saw the value in herself and her worth, yeah, I'm glad she did get up and go on about her business. And he's mad and he's pissed.
He's pissed. He's pissed because you know what? He would have never stopped. He would
No,
have never stopped. And I will say this, right? More women stay than leave.
yeah,
Um, it's just a fact. Look at how, and God rest his soul. But look at remember when Kobe Bryant had got caught doing whatever he got caught doing. He did exactly what happened, exactly what Marlon Wayans saying. I hate to say it. She stayed. He bought her some Benzes and whatever else he bought her, and she stayed. But they seem to have had a really amazing relationship after that, right? So
hmm,
some people do truly learn the lessons, and others, that's just who they are. Remember that one, I don't know if he was a football player, but they wasn't even married yet. and he punched her down, knocked her out in the elevator.
I
Remember
know who
that
you're
story?
talking about.
Yeah, knocked her out in that elevator, and she married him after. She married him after that. And I'm like, good God, girl, that was God trying to save you. This man knocked you out before you even said I do to him. Yes, was it Rice? Or was that, yeah, and you still married him. Like, are
Yeah.
you serious right now? No, was it Ray Rice? Or what, am I confusing the one that it was Ray Rice? I thought he was the one. No, that's Ray Carew. Yeah, so Ray Rice, okay, you still married him. So that's just an example of how, unfortunately, yes, what about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union? Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he had
Um,
another baby with another female, and she was able to, she came to peace with it and forgave him.
mhm.
So
Carmelo Anthony and Lala, she was still with him after he had that baby for some time. See, I'm just not mature enough. So I
yeah,
know that if you cheat on me and you have a baby, at the end of the day, I want you to be a good father. And I know that my emotions, I probably wouldn't be able to accept that child. And since I cannot accept that child, I'm going to have to let you go. Because at the end of the day, you need to go be a father to your child. You got to know where you are emotionally. And Lala Anthony, it was said, I don't know, allegedly, it was said that she did not want him to be involved in that child's life. She just wanted him to pay child support. And
See,
so I
that's
thought
nasty.
I thought that he was a fool because you love this woman so much where you willing to not take accountability for the child that you made to appease her, when if you got to lose your wife and you got to take that loss, you just got to take that loss, because at the end of the day, you got to go care for this child.
And I think as a female, if you decide to stay, then you need to accept it because the kid has nothing to do with it. And I think it's dead wrong.
the
Dead
child
wrong.
the child is innocent, and if that was
Yeah.
the case with her, she was dead wrong for basically being like, you can pay the child support but don't have nothing to do with your kid. That right there, that's trifling. That's just dead wrong. When there's too many kids out here without parents, it doesn't matter. And kids are very, very intuitive. They can tell when something's not right.
Oh, 100%. And I think as a female, you're just dead wrong for that. I mean, if you're gonna keep your man, then now he got this kid, you gotta do this. You said, so what you said, my uncle with his wife was with his wife since she was 14. He always cheated and have two outside sons. See, I'm done. I'm done. And if I did forgive the one, when the second one came along, I'm good. You for the streets, so let me release you to the streets. Let me let you go what you want to do. Oh yes, Cookie and Magic. You know, and Cookie is the pillar of for better or for worse. Because there's no way. When you would have came and told me your diagnosis, I'm good.
Hey, Diva,
Yeah.
that's a strong black woman right there.
Woo! She
That's a
is.
strong.
She could write a book. She could
Yep.
write a book. They were stronger than ever. Say so. Yes, Diva. It depends on the individual and how much praying you have done. I'm trying to tell you, praying and that right there, God would have had to come down and literally speak to me. I would have had to tell people I saw Jesus. I'm trying to tell you that's a lot. That's a lot because even still sleeping with the person, like everything is now on a different level because this man was diagnosed. But and money changes things because God bless him, he's the most healthiest, lived the longest, and especially for the time period when he was diagnosed.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
oh,
Money.
Ludacris had a side
I'm not.
baby too.
He sure did, and they raising his side baby. Him and his wife are raising his daughter. I think it's money too. Like, we can sit
Yeah.
up here and play like, oh, it's just the love and they pray through it. No, because if Magic Johnson was Magic the mailman, Cookie would not have been staying there through all of that. Ain't no way.
I don't know. Mailmen, they make pretty good money. They ain't that like a government
Yeah,
job.
yeah, mailman make good money, but it ain't Magic Johnson money.
Wait, but hold
True.
on, y'all, because hold on, I'm stuck for a minute. Ludacris had a side baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a daughter that they had. It was a break baby, they say. And his wife, Adoxy, they raised the baby in the house with them. He got custody of the baby. She put the daughter on her Instagram all the time and stuff. Yeah, she raised his side baby.
I did not know that. I
Just like
did
how
not know that.
just like how Chloe is raising Tristan's side baby and claiming it's hers.
Which one?
Now what you saying?
I'm kidding about the baby she said
Oh,
she had with a
oh.
surrogate.
You're right, which one? Cookie, yeah, Cookie is the GOAT. Cookie is definitely the GOAT. I give it to her. I give it to her. I give it. Listen, wholeheartedly. I don't. If you want to stay, then do you stay. If you want to leave, then go ahead, do what you got to do and leave. But if a man is constantly repeating the same behavior and you think he's going to change, they call that insanity. I'm good. I'm good. I'm done and I'm going. And in this particular case with this Ime and Nia Long, is it's the high level disrespect along with the cheating too, right? Because you're a public figure.
I
And
feel
then
really I
go
feel
ahead.
sorry for Nia Long because I've been a fan of hers since she was first on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I know at one point she's had terrible luck when it comes to men. I know at one point she was married to Mekhi Phifer. He was not that nice to her. He cheated on her and disrespected her and
Oh, they was
everything.
married?
Yeah, they were married at one point. They were.
Wow.
And he did an interview and he totally disrespected her in the interview because I remember it verbatim. And ever since then, it's like she just doesn't know how to pick him. And the thing of it is, she's a gorgeous woman, very intelligent, very beautiful. And I'm sorry, but if I mean, do I think she's standing by her man? No. I think she's trying to put on a brave front because they have kids. I believe, don't they have kids, her and the guy
They
she's
have
with?
they have one kid. And it was
Okay.
her in her ex her baby daddy number one. He's the one that came out and said, don't believe the hype pretty much. She's standing by Ime because he's a good man. I think that he
Diva,
is saying, yes.
Diva. He said we're standing by him.
Oh, well, you know
According
what?
to
You
me.
ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Why? Why are you so invested?
You want to know why he's standing by him? Because when Neil Long met Ime, their son together was he looked like he was about 7 or 8. So in my mind, Ime raised his son and treated his son like it was his own son. And I feel like he is grateful for that. This is
Nah,
just me
Diva.
coming to conclusions. You don't think so?
Diva, these exes be doing too much because we standing. But why you standing by? Why you
Because he
so
took care
invested?
of his son.
Okay, but just because I mean, what does that mean? I mean, okay, I can buy my cousin a Happy Meal. Does that mean someone should stand beside me if I commit a crime?
He
No.
listen, because of this man, I ain't have to pay no child support. He raised my son, he took care of my son, he was daddy to my son. So I'm good. Just stand by that man because he's a good man, Nia.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't. No, he's not. You cheated. They told you to stop, and then you did it again. And now the woman is out here trying to Emmett Till your ass. I don't feel sorry
Yeah,
for you. I really
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Okay. And you got poor Nia Long out here looking stuck and stupid. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't feel sorry for him at all. Again, a bitch is getting paid. Period.
But you know what though? Here's the thing though. She would only be able to get child support because they never married.
No, no, no. What she can do is she can do emotional distress. Every time I walk into a room and see him, I would be falling out. I would start having convulsions. I would start hysterically crying. I would start throwing things. I'd be like, no, get away. No, no, I'm
They
getting out.
ain't giving her. They ain't giving her no emotional distress. That's opening the room for all the cheaters to have. No, they not giving her that. She
No,
gonna get
no,
that little child support.
no. He embarrassed me not once but twice. on national television, and now you got this woman trying to tell you, give me my emotional distress. Period. Period. End of story. Y'all have to understand something. I'm petty and I'm very mean when my feelings get hurt. Okay. I know people are like, ooh, Michelle Obama. When they go low, we go high. No, I'm going to take you all the way down to the pits of hell and I'm going to leave you there.
Oh my gosh.
I want my money. I want emotional distress.
Breakups are hard as is, but imagine having to go through something like that in the public eye. It's brutal. It's brutal. He totally messed up. I'm hoping that because there's a lot more to this, and we know that because of that darn messy Matt Barnes in his mouth. He said it's 1,000 times uglier. I am hoping that it doesn't all come out for our consumption. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that he gets to save some of his dignity and that it kind of stay under wraps and, they handled it the way they handled it. But here's the problem I had too, which is so stupid with a lot of these men. You willing not only to lose your relationship, but to risk your livelihood. Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you know it is not that easy to get that particular type of job and to have access to that type of salary? I think some of them get so far removed from reality that they don't even realize the gift that they was given. Like, are you serious right now? So where's he going to work at now? Little League football?
Walmart's
Well,
hiring.
Diva, the punani has came before the fall all throughout history. It didn't
Yeah,
cause wars. It didn't cause all types of chaos. So
that's true.
a
I
man
mean,
gonna be a man, and that's why you can't put all your emphasis on your beauty and your looks and your success, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Arnold Schwarzenegger cheated with the maid. You
yep.
know.
You know
Jude,
what?
Jude Law cheated with the nanny.
You know what? Y'all speaking facts now. Y'all speaking facts. And you know what? What people have to understand too is it doesn't matter what the person looks like. Because you know what? I'm not one to say nothing, but the Arnold Schwarzenegger, that nanny, that's all I gotta say.
She was
That
ugly.
nanny.
Just say it. She was ugly. Just say it.
But she was there for him. She was there for him in his time of need.
I mean, Larsa Pippen, she cheated with the whole NBA and is still going.
You know what? She's a piece of work.
Ugh.
This I do think is wrong, right? That reporter was wrong to question me in front of her son. Where is the journalist ethics? They don't care anymore.
Nope.
Everybody wants that shock factor. Everybody wants that shock factor, and I think it's so messed up. And I thought it was wrong. It was dead wrong. I didn't like that. But you know what though? Unfortunately, that's what happens now when you're in the public eye. Everybody wants to be the one to get that story, to say anything. Nobody's gonna back down. They don't care who they embarrass. It's just messy. And I do feel really, really bad for the son. For the son. And let me say this, with that Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's so crazy and ironic how the Mays baby looked just like Arnold. It's like his twin. It is like his twin. I mean, come on. It's like, God, okay, are you joking right now? Are you kidding me? The Mays son look more like my husband than my kids. That's just so messed up. But yeah, but what I do like though is that that the kids embrace their half brother, even though they know like what the situation is. It seems like it kind of came to I don't know, it seems like they kind of came to a moment of like, this is our brother, it is what it is. Yep, identical, yes, identical. It's just insanely crazy how much they look. But you are right. History has shown that unfortunately cheating for men they act like it's acceptable. But I will tell you this, I promise you this, I feel like if when the roles are reversed, a lot of the men will leave the female first go round. Very rarely do they stay. not
Yeah.
in the same amount of numbers where the female will stay with the man when he cheats. If that woman cheats, she's almost dead to him.
It's a
Um,
double standard.
it's a double standard.
It
It's
is.
a double standard.
It's a double standard. They want you to rock with them and stay with them when they out in the streets, but as soon as you turn the tables and do it to them, they want to cry and whine and leave basically.
You don't even have to
Absolutely.
do what they did. You could just text somebody, go out on a dinner date while y'all separated, and they gonna stroke out.
Yeah,
Like they ain't got 3 outside kids.
exactly. Or you could just look at them and say, that shirt you have on makes you look fat.
Yeah.
You said they're gonna stroke at. Matt is still running his mouth. Matt is messy. He's messy.
Wasn't he married to one of the women off of Basketball Wives at one point? Wasn't he married to Gloria?
He was married to someone, and that was a bad breakup because remember he drove somewhere and tried to beat up the guy that she was dealing with, and actually I want to say he ended up getting their kids. Well, I will say this though, she was being messy with the kids, the way she was doing certain things. But I think he could have worked it out with her. But I think he wasn't willing to work it out because he no longer wanted to pay that child support. And he was also saying at the time the child support that he was paying, she wasn't really using it for the kids. She was being reckless with the money. So he got the kids. But I mean, and you want to know who else? Stayed too? Kevin Hart's wife.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart's wife. But you know what, too? She was the side chick at one point. I don't care what she said. She claimed she wasn't. But she was the side chick at one point and turned her nose up to the wife. And then look what happened. The same thing that he did to her, he did to you.
So was Kimmy from Love and Marriage Huntsville. She was a side piece. I don't care what nobody said. I believe it.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I believe it, too. And I like Kimmy. I really do like her, but I do believe it. And you know why I really believe it too? Is because I think it is breaking her heart, these rumors about Maurice cheating. And I think it's breaking her heart because she knows that it's possibly true because she knows what she did.
And also, too, Maurice is not a good liar because every time you call him out on something, he just does that stupid look.
Yep.
And I'm like, either answer the question or close your mouth.
One or the other, right? One or the other.
Because you're gonna get the shit slapped out of you either way. I'm just saying.
You.
Maurice is a lawyer, and he always gives her those lawyer answers. And well, what are we saying exactly? Like, you know what I'm asking. You know what I'm asking you.
That mess is funny. That mess, especially when he gets in her head and he's like, and he starts smirking like, what are you talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, it happened. I went to sleep in a hotel and some lady was there, but nothing happened. And Tish sitting there crying.
And what are you saying exactly? But what does it say to you to be asking me this? Like, it's always some mental game. Like,
he gaslights the heck out of her, and then to the point where she's like, "You're right. I shouldn't let nobody take." He's like, "You let other people in your ear, and they're tearing us down, and you shouldn't listen to them." Yeah, when he finished with her, he gets her all the way together. Neo wife too. Now look at her now. Yep, Neo wife too.
He does that Jedi mind trick with her, and it cracks me up. I just start laughing, especially when he did it to her whole entire family when they was laying him out at the restaurant.
Lee, you are correct. Marcel has not taught Maurice well.
And Maurice is the oldest.
Yes. And I was shocked to hear that. Because I'm telling you, Marcel looks older to me. Not that he looks old, but he looks older than Maurice to me. I didn't realize that Maurice was the oldest. And sometimes the way that Marcel speaks to Maurice, you would think that Marcel is the oldest and not Maurice. Maurice needs to put his foot down.
Well, you know, when you juggling all those women and all those lies, it'll age you. It'll put some wrinkles on you.
I mean, I'm sorry. It's just funny because she will literally be like lying there, sitting there crying, and he's just like no emotion, all sociopathic, and he's like, "Why are you crying?" And I know I shouldn't laugh, but it's funny to me because I'm just like, what do you mean, why is she crying? What kind of question is that to ask?
Well, you know, it's funny because you're watching like, and you say to yourself like, girl, are you going for this right now? Are you serious? I swear to goodness, sometimes he's spinning around so much, I question myself after he's done. I'm like,
know.
maybe he didn't cheat.
And as much as I don't like Marcel, I was rooting for him when he went to that family gathering because he gaslit that whole family. And when he couldn't take it no more, he was ready to kick butt. He was like, well, anybody can fit it. And I say, go Marcel, go.
The only reason why he did that is because the El DeBarge looking one wasn't taking it. He knew he was lying.
He knew he was like, but wait, that uncle is going to be there. He's there at the opening, and he's gonna be there because he was trying to block the fighting. So this fight is gonna be a whole hot mess. And yes, Tony, I swear to goodness, after Marcel finished speaking, I was like, okay, he done bamboozled me on the TV because I was sitting there like maybe he didn't cheat. Yeah, knowing darn well.
You need to sit down. You need to sit down, Tisha. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'll be like, Tisha, you need to sit down. You keep on shopping. That's why he got to work. Leave the man alone. Because now at this point, he didn't gaslit me through the TV screen.
I'm just like, let the man cheat in peace. Don't ask no questions. Stop crying. Stop going to your mammy. If he's just stop, because it's embarrassing, but it's hilarious to me.
So y'all want her to do like Marlon Wayland said, just forget about this. Get over the disrespect. If he was treating you good before all of this happened, just stay with him. Okay.
Well,
he told me just don't even ignore the disrespect, the public disrespect. Go ahead.
Well, unfortunately, Letitia is very, very slow. Very, very slow. And I blame her mother for that. And I don't think she really has any life experience. I kind of feel like this is her first boyfriend / husband. And instead of her like reading the signs and not letting him gaslight her, she'll just accept it. And that's the problem, because you can't keep going to other people and saying, I have a feeling. And then you cry about it. And then you go to him. And then he's like, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
And you know what? That's another reason why I don't respect the way they treat Mel. Because Letitia, you was in that house getting ran over. Okay? And Mel brought you outside. She told you, you are more than just this ancient housewife. You got goals. You got stuff you want to do. Let me take you to this networking event. Let me show you let me introduce you to some people. Let me put you on. Then they just backstabbed her for real.
You know what? You're turning me back around. She did, especially when Tisa wanted to go back to real estate school or whatever the case may be. She did encourage her.
Yeah, and Mel came to her house. Mel came to that lady house and told Marcel, you about to watch the kids. You watching the kids. We going out.
She did.
We going to a networking event. So
yes, she did.
Like, as messy and as they try to make it seem like Mel is not a good friend, but I feel like Mel just got a lot going on. But I feel like Mel is
and she's probably tired, right?
Yeah.
She's probably tired. It's like, I've been helping all of y'all. I've been pouring into all of y'all, and now y'all want to sit here and turn on me because you're mad that I'm making my come up. So instead of celebrating me and knowing that you probably right behind me, you going to hate on me. You helped me out tonight. You are correct. You are
Yeah.
correct. I forgot all about that. I had to rewind in my head back to the beginning. She sure did, because he didn't want Tisa to be out that house. And now he's trying to act like, oh, she's such a great manager and she's bringing a lot of knowledge to this. Before that, he was acting like she couldn't put two and two together.
He said he wasn't watching them kids. Who gonna babysit? I'm not watching these kids.
He sure
Mel
did.
went to that woman's house and actually grabbed that woman up out that house and told that woman's husband, "You watching them kids? She
'Cause see,
about to go out."
Jay said Mel is not that innocent. Well, you know what? I'm not saying she's 100% innocent, but I am saying if we go back and look at the record, we definitely going to have more good things that Mel has done for everybody than we will have bad. And especially the people that are 100% falling out with her. Now, when they wanted to tell her business about, Martell and his cheating, then she had to fight back and said, okay, do you know if your husband may be out there too? Your husband is with my husband. And you think they just sitting there watching this man cheat? No, we know because of the picture, right? They all knew about coleslaw, and they
yep,
all allegedly on that weekend was doing what they do too. So you mad at
Exactly.
Martell for saying the 20 woman, but at the end of the day, I think all three of the men were running the streets together,
yep.
but Martell was just real loosey goosey with it. And what happened when they all went for that vasectomy, Martell should have been in the line too. So at the very least, Coleslaw probably wouldn't be having the little baby right now, or whatever the case may be. God bless the kid. The kid was meant to be here. But I'm just saying, if you protected yourself and did the right thing, you would have been in the streets, but you wouldn't have been leaving seeds everywhere you left yourself.
Well,
But
And I
anyway,
and I and I feel like Mel not innocent at all. We all are at fault in some way, shape, or form at some point. But I feel like in her heart of hearts, Mel has shown on this show overall that she is a girl's girl. You know what I'm saying? She's woman empowerment. She is a girl's girl. But when y'all start coming for me, now I gotta come for y'all because y'all husbands ain't saints. What makes you think that you got this loving, loyal husband and he's sitting in the same hotel room at the same club with my husband and his mistress? What you think your husband doing? Birds of a feather flock together. So if you want to be in
don't they
denial
though?
and you want to sit there and act like, oh, your life is sweet, that's cool. But at the end of the day, if you coming for me, well, let's talk about what you got going on because you wasn't coming for me when I came to your house and confronted your husband and told your husband that he was gonna sit in the house with them kids to get you up out the house. When I did a rescue mission on you, you wasn't talking about my husband. So what's going
Exactly,
exactly.
on?
exactly. But guys, listen, because I'm doing Beverly Hills tomorrow night. Tony, you know what? This one, I don't know what this one is. I was trying to see if it said it on here. But this one I don't know. But this one I do know. This one they call a money tree. So my babies, they back here, they doing okay. We gonna see how big they grow. But yes, but listen, guys, I love you. Thanks for coming through. I didn't even think I was going to be this long because I didn't know who was watching Married to Medicine. But we will I'm saying Married to Medicine. You see how Married to Medicine on my, I didn't know who was still watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I will be covering this. We're going to talk about the fight next week. And tomorrow night we will be talking about Beverly Hills, okay? Beverly Hills. And I don't know if I might do Married to Medicine Friday night. I might.
I'm,
I don't
I'm
know.
I'm so sick of Beverly Hills, I could die.
You know what? You and me both, but I have this thing about finishing things out, right? So
Yeah.
I got to finish it out just to see how it goes. Just like I swear to you, the Roa reunion was I had to do like this to even listen and take notes because it was so boring, right? But I had to finish it out. So I'm gonna finish this Beverly Hills out because I want to see what goes down at this reunion and where we get some truth and some facts. Will some good stuff come out? We're
I
going
mean,
to see.
I'll watch it to see if Andy gives Lisa Rinna her walking papers.
I know that's the big thing though, right? People saying yes. I'm thinking if anything, they'll punk out and make her a friend of. But I think because she needs this money so bad, I don't think she's going to walk away from a friend of contract. I think she would keep it. But we're going to see.
I mean, the
We're going
woman
to
has
see.
rats. The woman has rats, Steve, but she needs the money.
The only thing I'm waiting for with Beverly Hills is the reunion. When I watched that last episode, I was disappointed because I'm like, dang, I'm just ready for the reunion.
Diva,
I'm
why are
ready.
you laughing? Why are you laughing? She has rats. I saw a rat in her house run across the stove. Okay, I know what I saw.
You saw a rat run across her stove.
Yes. It was one episode years ago. It was when that Hadid woman was on there, and I don't know how Rena can even afford a maid. I think it was just a friend from down the block. And they were in the kitchen, and she was like, "Oh my God, is that a rat?" And damn it to hell, it was a rat. That woman has rats.
I would have died. Do you hear me? I would have died. But listen, guys, I gotta go. It's late. Wait, let me see. Let me bring Erica back. Thank you, and thank you, Pia and Erica. Yeah, listen, I had fun with y'all. Thanks for hanging in there, because I promise you, I was like, oh, nobody's really watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'll just roll in and roll out. And look, here we are, almost 2 hours later. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow night. We're gonna talk Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Thanks. Bye. Listen, don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.
Bye, Diva. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.